And now, Mornings with Mike and Iris present Love 'em or List 'em. You tell us.
This is Giselle.
I went on a blind date this past weekend to a local pizza shop, and when the pizza came, I quickly folded the pizza and I took a bite, but then when I looked at my date, he was eating his pizza with a knife and fork. Love him or list him?
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Knife and fork.
I can picture it. She's there like, yeah, I'm ready to indulge this. And she looks up and he's there with the, with, you know how when they tuck the napkin in their shirt? Excuse me, Mom? I can only imagine it. That's funny.
That's a big no from me, man. But what do you think? Love him or list him?
Girl, if he eats pizza with a knife and a fork, you absolutely need to love him. That means there's more pizza for you because he's such a slow eater. Love him.
That's kind of true.
Yeah, there's that. Okay, there's an upside to everything on Love Him or List Him.
You just got to find the good side. But that's what, maybe there is pizza. People
snobs?
who eat
pizza snobs?
People who eat pizza like that. Maybe they're like, that's how you can enjoy it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
No, that's not how pizzas were meant to be eaten.
When online, though, Google, it says Italians, that's the proper way for some Italians to eat it, which I don't believe that.
I don't
Italians,
believe that
I feel
either.
like they're like, enjoy it.
Yes. No, I'm disagreeing with Google on this one. I think Google's wrong on that one.
Google's wrong on a lot of things, but there's that.
915-280-2931. Use the app or comment on Kiss El Paso Facebook. Love them or list them.
And hey, you're thinking of selling your home, but you're worried about leaving money on the table? Oh, don't worry. We've got your solution. Brian Birds of the Brian Birds Home Selling Team, powered by eXp Realty. He can get you top dollar for your home.
Yeah, he got Steve and Maddie top dollar. They'd used Brian to buy their current home, but now wanted to relocate to be closer to family, so they called Brian again. He and his team went right to work listing their home for $265,000. And not only did they get them a full-priced offer, they got the deal closed early so that Steven and Maddie could move forward with their plans sooner than later.
I mean, Brian's going to find you that sweet spot when listing your home, where it's not too high that it's not going to sell or too low where you're going to miss out on getting top dollar. So call the official real estate agent of UTEP, El Paso Locomotive, and Rhinos, and the only agent we would call if we needed to sell our home. You can find them online at brianbirds.com or give them a Google. Brian Birds, that's BURDS, and start pack.
Mornings with Mike and Iris present Love 'em or List 'em.
I went on a blind date this past weekend to a local pizza shop, and when the pizza came, I quickly folded the pizza and I took a bite, but then when I looked at my date, he was eating his pizza with a knife and fork. Love him or list him?
Knife and fork.
Yeah,
Proper.
that's a no for me, dog.
Like a complete, you would...
Yeah, that would put me off.
Really?
Yeah, and you said this was like, or she said it was their first date, right? She said a blind date. Yeah, see, that would put me off. I would think because I don't really know you yet, so I would be like, oh my God, how pretentious.
Yeah. First impressions.
Yes.
First impressions do mean a lot, And we went to Facebook to ask the people of Facebook if this was a love 'em or list 'em sort of deal. And we have Shelby, my friend Shelby. She put, love 'em. We just won't eat pizza in public. I mean, that's
okay.
True.
Sure.
You could just order pizza at home, be like, whatever, do that here. And then we have Amabilia, who wrote, list 'em. This means they're probably like that with other stuff too. It's just going to get annoying eventually. That is true. If it's already kind of bugging her now, maybe he is the type that's just very sophisticated, very proper. He's not saying anything to her, but she could feel like, oh my gosh, is this how it's going to be all the time?
I think of that TV show character, Frasier, and his brother. Niles. Okay. That's who I think of. Wow. That's who I picture in my head.
In your head when she read that.
Yeah.
Then we have Liliana, who put, list 'em. Who does this? Not even my grandsons do that. Wow.
And I'm betting they're way younger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is this a love him or a list him situation? Eating pizza with a knife and fork. 915-280-2931, the app, or Kiss El Paso Facebook.
And now, Love 'em or List 'em on 93.1 Kiss FM.
Giselle needs your assistance. She said, I went on a blind date this past weekend to a local pizza shop. When the pizza came, I quickly folded my pizza and took a bite. I looked at my date, and he was eating his pizza with a knife and fork. Love him or list him?
This is what April thinks. She also thinks this. And this. Oh, my gosh.
Come on, April.
It's not April. Technology is what it is.
Ay,
Okay, let me try this.
A ver.
Okay, I get how it can be kind of weird, but if he's not saying anything to you, I don't think it's a problem. And honestly, I think it shows his manners and that he's polite, and maybe that's just who he is. I say love him.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
And that was the majority of the people that said that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not hurting you. And then just like Shelby said on Facebook, just don't eat pizza in public.
Yeah.
If it annoys you that much, just do it and just don't eat pizza in public.
But what if he does a lot of things like that? Like, what if he eats wings with a knife and a fork?
His hands won't be dirty.
Well, there's
Maybe-
that.
I mean, that's just his preference. If it annoys her that
Especially
much,
if he likes them like really hot, you know, and then you know how sometimes it transfers when you touch somebody. Next thing you know, you're like, why is my lip burning?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because he rubbed
so
my cheek.
maybe he had a bad experience with that.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is why, girl. I like my wings hot, and I don't want touch you, and then you're spicy too.
No.
But it's like a
I
blind date.
guess.
It was her first date, so I guess if he continues to do it, and if it annoys her that much, but it's not doing anything to her.
Yeah, and
It's
she
not
doesn't
hurting
seem to
her.
have a problem with him, like him. Like there's nothing about his personality that she seems to have minded. So
If he starts saying stuff like, "Hey, maybe you should try eating it," then okay, nah,
Right.
I'm gonna eat my pizza how I eat my pizza.
yeah,
But other than that, he just likes to eat his pizza with a knife and fork. Let the man live. Jeez Louise.
okay. So there it is. That's the final verdict. Then love him.